Back in the days when I was still a seeker on the path, a yogi living in the ashram, going about my spiritual process, I didn't know what I was actually missing. It was not clear to me because I was swimming in this vast ocean of spiritual information that I've been receiving from the yoga school that I was attending. And I didn't know what I was missing. I didn't know why I'm not being effective. I didn't know why I haven't found yet after almost 25 years. I felt confused, I felt depressed, I felt frustrated, disappointed in myself, even shameful that after all of those years I still didn't find, and my emotions, the emotional triggers would still get the better of me. So it was a tough time. That is why I wanted to create the Academy of Being, because I felt, now looking back, I understand what I was missing. I was missing a centralized, essentialized, synthetic, synthesized, concentrated way or path or layout or blueprint of the entire spiritual process, so that I can understand what I'm doing, what is necessary for me to do, what isn't, what is the absolutely direct path without needing to do things that are not taking me directly to where I wanted to be, which is finding my own self, knowing who I am and living as that, with that awareness of myself as infinite awareness. But the way that I translated this desire, this drive to seek was, for me, it was peace. I was seeking to be peaceful in the midst of my day-to-day life circumstances, and my biggest pain was emotional suffering. I was assuming and hoping that doing my spiritual work, being a devoted spiritual seeker, is going to ease my emotional pain, but it didn't. It didn't, because I didn't know how to approach that in the best way. And another thing that I didn't know was a clear, precise, exact pathway to follow to trace my way back to myself. I didn't know how to make that instant shift so that I am instantly free of any circumstance when I would be caught up in my emotions, in my thoughts, in the train of thought, in the stress, in the difficulties, challenges of my day-to-day life. Because don't imagine that living in an ashram for 25 years, it's easy. It is not. So I wanted to create a place where the seeker can have everything in one place, essentialized and centralized, so that you know exactly what you need, where you're at, have the clear picture, the blueprint to navigate your realization process with more clarity, with more grace and ease and precision even, so that you no longer fumble. I didn't know back then that the only way is being. I didn't know what being was. In those days, this word was not even so much mentioned in the spiritual teachings, in the spiritual books. We were taught to purify our body and mind so that we would go through all these all these varieties of techniques to purify the body, all sorts of diets and techniques to purify the organs, the blood, to amplify our inner fire, clear out the chakras, balance the chakras, oxygenate the body. It was hard work, and I've been through all of it. It was an incredible journey, but at the end of that journey, so to speak, because it's never ending, but when I learned how to find myself independent of circumstances instantly, just to trace my way back to myself in an instant, in the midst of any situation, any challenge, and then later on stabilize that knowing of myself as infinite awareness in my human experience, I realized and I understood that we've been misled in a way, even though that's not the correct word, because for those times these types of methodologies and techniques were necessary, I believe, to just pave the way to clear out a lot of impurities, as they were called in the yogic tradition, to open up the space, the morphogenetic field, for those who are and were to come, to make it easier for them. So I don't say that what I did and all of those years were in vain. No, they were absolutely useful and necessary, and for my journey at least, and they prepared me for what was to come. But as I got at the end of that road, I understood that that is not necessary. And it makes sense, because you already are that which you seek. So seeking is not the path that is going to take you to yourself. You already are being yourself. So that means we don't need to do anything in order to achieve being ourselves. All we need is to learn how to be. That's why the only way is being. The only way to finding yourself is being yourself. There's no path that leads to yourself. You already are that. You cannot walk towards yourself. If you were to take a step, you would be only walking away from yourself. So being is the only way. Learning how to be the aware being that you are is what is going to give you that ultimate satisfaction that you have found. That is what ends the seeking. And this is not an easy journey. Even after founding yourself, you still need to learn how to stabilize that understanding and feeling of yourself as the aware being, as the infinite aware being or presence of awareness, which is not an easy thing to do. That is why a guide, a blueprint, a framework that is centralized can help so much on this journey of realization. And that was my desire, to offer the seeker this place where you can find everything in one place and can have that clarity about the entire process, so that you can navigate it with grace and ease and knowing what you are doing without fumbling, with clarity, with precision. The only way is being, because only by knowing how to simply be, to knowingly be without being anything else, just simply being, is what gives you that peace, that profound peacefulness, that boundless freedom, that full satisfaction, completion, joy, happiness that you actually might be seeking somewhere outside of yourself. And yes, the seeking takes many forms and shapes. We knowingly or unknowingly start seeking that inherent peace and happiness that is our true being, that is the knowing of our pure being in objects first and foremost, right? In objects, in substances, relationships, status, bank account, achievements. So we strive, we strive, we strive, we strive, we seek, and then the next phase would be seeking expanded states of mind, with which for a while may look fascinating and may feel fulfilling, but then that's also not going to be enough. That's also going to fail us. And it comes a time where you feel and you understand deeply that nothing in the outside world is going to fulfill you fully, not even an expanded state of mind. So you stop seeking and you just turn towards yourself to investigate the I that you are talking about all day without actually knowing its nature. That is an important part, an essential part of the realization process, investigating the nature of yourself in order to stabilize that felt understanding of yourself as infinite, eternal, boundless awareness. So that is what we offer inside the Academy of Being, a precise, clear, centralized or essentialized teaching blueprint for the entire realization process, and we take you through the stages and guide you to a deeper and deeper understanding of yourself in order to stabilize your knowing of yourself as infinite awareness, so that you move from the belief I am a body mind to the knowing I am infinite awareness, and that is what you start to live in the world as. Of course, there is much more to this, but in a nutshell, this is what we are doing inside the Academy of Being. The autumn online retreat, where you receive this all in one place, begins October the 24th. If this is something you would like to have, you can sign up now and start the new year and even begin, prepare for the passing into the new year strongly, knowing how to be yourself, knowing how to deepen your understanding of yourself as infinite awareness. Or you can sign up for the entire academic year that begins in February. That is a 3-trimester academic year where obviously we go deeper. You can find all the details in the link below this video. If you want to sign up, I will be happy to see you in there. So once again, the Academy of Being is a place where you find everything in one place, everything that is necessary and sufficient so that you can have the clarity, the precision, and the clear knowing of how to navigate your realization process and what tools to use in order to do that, and having the clear understanding of what that entails. And also, what we are doing here is to pinpoint the major challenges, the essential challenges that every seeker is going through, and also the misunderstandings that are somehow hindering our realization process. So, who is this for? Well, it is for you if you feel this is something that you want. This is if you feel this is something that you need to do. That's about it. If you feel called to this, I invite you to join us either for the autumn retreat or for the academic year if you want to go deeper together. The way we are doing this is that the moment you sign up, you will then receive access to the pre-recorded foundational classes. There are also guided meditations in there for your practice. And then in the classes, we will have Q&A practices together to deepen our understandings of what you've learned in the pre-recorded videos. All live calls are being recorded so you can revisit them. We meet once a week. All the details, as I said, in the link below this video. And if you feel this is for you, I welcome you to join us. And I am so much looking forward to being able to guide you through this process, to have you have that final sigh of relief that you found what you've been looking for when you receive this clarity and precision on how to navigate your realization process. I hope to see you inside.